Hello, I'd like to welcome every self-healer to this channel. Today, we're getting to know the ins and outs of childhood trauma. A study found that 60% of adults report abuse or other difficult situations during childhood. Childhood trauma can impact our adulthood. I'm here to help you understand the effects of childhood trauma and provide you tools to process your past hurt. So let's dive in. Welcome everyone, my name is Hong Jung. I'm a licensed therapist specializing in treating anxiety and trauma. This is our virtual therapy session, which means I'm going to ask you a set of questions and you can pause the video and process and digest your feelings and thoughts. So what is trauma here? Trauma is not only life-threatening experiences such as automobile accidents, severe physical injuries, war experiences, terrorism, and witnessing a murder, but also, hear me out here, but also it could be physically and emotionally overwhelming events such as violence at home, parental divorce or separation, and simply not having enough support from caregivers, which is very common. Childhood trauma brings attachment issues. It disrupts the way we build relationship with others. Let's say I was raised by emotionally unavailable mother. It makes sense that I will most likely struggle with the interpersonal relationship because the parent and child relationship is the foundation of our attachment and self-regulation. We are here to reconstruct our foundation and discover your authentic self here. To begin with, it is essential to understand the effects of PTSD, the post-traumatic stress disorder, and it comes with the three symptoms: intrusive memories, avoidance, and negative changes in thinking and mood. Intrusive memories include nightmares, flashback, and simply having a vivid image or unwanted memories coming up again and again and again. When we are so caught up with trauma, our survival response is our priority. So we try to avoid every situation or people or anything that reminds you of unresolved trauma. And due to avoidance, it changed the way we think. It changed the way we feel about ourselves and the world and others. So to understand your symptoms, I have a question for you. Disclaimer: if you feel unsafe or overwhelmed by any of these questions or exercise that we're doing, please stop. I encourage you to stop and engage in your relaxation activities. Most importantly, we are getting a just snapshot of disturbing memories. I don't want you to go into the memory. It will be helpful to write down just few sentences of what happened with each memory. In other words, I don't want you to write a whole paragraph about what happened, because that can re-traumatize yourself. We don't want that. I want you to stay safe and write a couple sentences here. For example, you can write, I was bullied in high school. My friend punched me and stole my stuff. Or you can say, my mother was not emotionally available. My mother was very abusive. So during my teenage years, I had to run away from home. Take your time to come up with the three intrusive or disturbing memories here. To check how intrusive these memories are, the question for you is that how often do you notice these disturbing memories, related thoughts, or image on a scale of 0 to 5? 0 being not at all, 5 being the most extreme it can get. Next question is, do you avoid thinking about or talking about your disturbing memories or anything that reminds you of these memories? If so, how much does it bother you on a scale of 0 to 5? 0 being not at all, 5 being the most intense it can get. Speaking of avoidance, do you avoid places or situations or people that remind you of these disturbing memories? If so, how much does it bother you? Again, on a scale of 0 to 5. 0 being not at all, 5 being the most extreme it can get. So these questions are designed to evaluate your avoidance tendency. Avoidance can be a huge barrier to living a fulfilling life. I believe that healing from trauma means putting ourselves out there and engage with the world and people. Alright, another question. What emotion do you notice when reminded of these memories? Anxiety, sadness, helplessness, anger, distant, feeling numb, so on and so forth. And where do you notice these emotions in your body? Our emotions are deeply connected to our physical state. The examples are the muscle tightness, rapid heart rate or breathing, or slow heart rate or slow breathing, stiffened posture, like darting eyes, the rigid facial expressions, increase or decrease body temperature, the waves of heat or cold, so on and so forth. So let's notice bodily sensations with each emotion that you notice. Alright, well then, now that you become more aware of your trauma symptoms, we're going to practice an exercise called watching the mind train. I borrowed this exercise from ACT, Acceptance and Commitment Therapy, which is an effective tool for treating PTSD. ACT stressed the importance of keeping a distance from our mind because we often identify ourselves too much with our mind. So whatever my mind's saying, that's my identity. In this exercise, we're going to notice 4 things. The sensation in our body, our thoughts, emotions, and our urges. Alright, it's better to experience than explain. The step 1, I want you to find a quiet place and a comfortable chair or comfortable place you can sit in or lay down for about 5 to 10 minutes. I can't stress enough that doing coping skills or relaxation skills or a self-reflection exercise in a neutral setting or neutral mood. Having a sense of safety in your mind and in your body is the foundation of our self-regulation and self-healing. I hope that you found a quiet and safe place. Alright, step 2. I want you to close your eyes partially or fully and notice how you breathe and feel your body from head to toe. Bring your attention to your internal system and notice, starting from your head all the way down to your toes. And notice your lungs, notice the air going in and out. And take your time here. Now I want you to think about a mildly stressful memory. It could be recent memory or it could be old memory. But I don't want you to bring too overwhelming memory here. Because this is exercise, we want to build tolerance. So bring a mildly stressful memory to the forefront of your mind. And notice how your body responds to that memory. You might notice some tension. You might notice some increased heart rate. You might notice some change in your breathing pattern. You might notice some thoughts. Let's notice that. Let's contain that, whatever sensation or thoughts or emotions. We're here to simply notice them. Now I want you to visualize 3 train tracks. And you're in the car, and your car slowly approaches the railroad crossing. And there is a signal indicating that trains with many cargoes are approaching. So you're at the stop sign. You stop your car within about 15 feet. And you're watching this train is going by and there are many cargoes. You're just watching it and let them pass. And now I want you to notice sensations in your body when you think about this mildly stressful memory. It could be tension around your shoulders, or headache, or heart rate is going up, or temperature is rising. Just notice that, and then attach each sensation that you notice to a cargo and let it pass as the first train is moving forward. The train is going about maybe 20 or even 10 miles per hour. It's moving really slow. So you can take your time to take that sensation, each sensation, and attach to each cargo. So take your time to notice the sensations, and with this visualization of the train is passing by, and attach each sensation to a cargo and let it pass. If sensations come back, you do the same thing. You can again attach the sensation to another cargo and let it pass. Our bodily sensations are temporary, which means we want to let them come and let them go. We can feel them and sense them and be with them and release them. Those sensations can enter into our body and exit our body. Using this visualization of train passing by with cargoes, we can imagine each cargo represent each sensation. So let them come and let them go. Alright, you're doing great. Now I want you to notice your thoughts associated with this mildly stressful memory. And then the next train is coming with many cargoes, and attach each thought to a cargo and let it pass. Our thoughts are temporary, so let them come and let them go. Noticing your thoughts also means noticing your judgments, assumptions, beliefs, opinions, so on and so forth. So when I think about my mildly stressful memory, I often have a belief that nothing good can ever happen, or my life is a mess. So it is important to take your time and notice each thought at a time in a slow and steady manner. Because thought is a thought. Thought is not a reality. We go through many thoughts on a daily basis. So again, let them come and let them go. And then I want you to notice your emotions with stressful memory. You might notice some sadness, helplessness, fear, anger, rage, hopelessness, worthlessness, so on and so forth. So again, notice each emotion and attach each emotion to a cargo and let it pass. Alright, I'm glad that you're taking your time. Just go with your pace. Now, I want you to notice urges associated with this mildly stressful memory. When things are stressful or overwhelming, we often experience urges to avoid the places or situations or simply not talk about it. On the other hand, we can have urges to fight back or yell or kick or punch. It is our natural fight or flight response. Let's embrace them. So again, notice each urge and attach that to a cargo and let it pass, let it go. If you had enough time to process your sensations, thoughts, emotions, and urges, take a deep breath and slowly open your eyes. How are you feeling now? What do you notice? How does your body feel? Let's notice that. You might notice less tension around your body. You might notice the waves of coolness. You might notice that your body is stable. You might notice your thoughts are clear or confused more. You might notice more frustration, comfortable, relief. So let's embrace that. We're not here to feel better. We're just here to embrace all the sensations, all the thoughts, all the emotions, and our urges. So with this exercise, we're building a foundation. So my suggestion for you is practice, practice, practice. I encourage you to practice this exercise 2 to 3 times a day in a neutral setting or neutral mood so that you can build mastery over this exercise. Eventually, you'll be able to welcome every sensation, every thought, every emotion, every urge into your life. And this is actually one of my favorite self-healing exercise. So give it a try, because nothing I said here will work for you unless you give your time and give your effort to it. We are together on the healing journey to reach wholeness. So take care of yourself and do your healing every day.